I think something that I see quite often is that we struggle to kind of navigate the idea of who we want to be and what we want to be alongside what the world tells us that we should be. And what we notice is that sometimes the world can place quite rigid structures around what our identities should be and creates very linear binaries about us being either this or that. And so people really struggle to see that actually we can be something in the middle, and we get to choose what that looks like. We get to choose how that feels for us.
Now, I really love that, because I mean, myself included, I did everything quite traditionally that you would expect. I did my engineering, I did my MBA, and then I also worked in an industry where I could use those skills, and I spent 10 years in that industry. But then I reached a point where I really had to ask myself, is this who I really want to be? And so many times, just because we've spent so much of our life and time and investment in that education, in preparation for playing this role of an engineer, we find it hard to let go of it because we feel like we've already spent so much time. We should just carry on doing this, even if we don't like it.
Yeah.
But sometimes life will always bring it back to you and ask you, is this really what you want to do?
Yeah.
And priorities change. And sometimes there are major experiences in our life that will help us rethink that. And unfortunately, for people like me, when we're so caught up in playing the role we think society expects of us, we end up almost buying into something that we know in our hearts is not true, but we play that role as adults because we think that's the right thing to do.